But we know Nas came to Medina during this week, and the Son of Man was born in Medina. So I'm very happy to see in the gym that the brothers are continuing something that Allah started, which was a gift exchange or a gift giveaway towards our children. It's very important that we are productive members of society and we participate in the things we gotta participate in without compromising our values. Allah taught us that, well not Allah taught us because I wasn't one of the ones that was blessed, but his sons taught me that Allah said, and I also heard it on that tape, but the wealth of any nation is the children. If we don't show them we value them, then we're gonna have those problems that the brother was just speaking about. Empty seats, and everybody in here probably over, the youngest person is, what? Who's younger than 20? Yeah, one old motherfucker that been 23 times. Yeah. So, when these brothers that are here, that were here with Allah, they were the ones that were here building. You know what I'm saying? Now we're giving away toys so they got that there, but it all happened in one place. There was no separation. The children were among the adults. You know what I'm saying? And it's important that we keep that in mind because that's the only thing that's going to keep them coming and make this knowledge applicable to them. They got to hear the language. They got to see the social equality. They got to be exposed to righteousness because it ain't no mystery. The Immaculate Conception comes to the supreme equality which we uphold through doing the work. Maintaining that supreme equality, calling your brother, checking on him, telling him if he got a booger on his nose, telling him when he fucking up, period. Right? Because we acknowledge our equality. That's who we are. We're here to teach freedom, justice, and equality, just like our brother Jesus did. So that's just us. We're our own Lord and Savior. We are the truth and the light in this day and time. So it's important on a day like today where we're doing something for children, that people bring children, first of all. And then if you don't bring children, that you could at least donate or participate or volunteer to make sure that the children that do come feel welcome. And not only feel welcome, when they leave here, they want to tell their whole crew, the whole block about it. Everybody got to be jealous of them the way we were jealous of the brothers out with the guards. The guards were the coolest dudes when I was coming up, and I know before me it was even worse. They spoke the swiftest, they dressed the swiftest, had the best jobs, had the prettiest girls. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a question, that's what I wanted to be. But nowadays, if you look at our circumference, our young are not coming around as we used to. Nobody wants to be old and sick, and that's what you see around mostly now. And that's just facts. Dudes that have been around and you know, are by themselves, they don't have their families anymore. It's very important. Man, woman, and child. That's the center of this universe, of this flag. There's a few other things that I want to address. One of them would be the Son of Man newsletter, the 5% Digest. I slowed down for the fall season and I just produced one issue for the whole fall because I'm gauging who's really interested in it because we do need to start subscriptions. I've been getting a lot of inquiries from jails and brothers that correspond with jails. So for them, I may have to start printing it. And one of the days that I want to honor one of the firstborn in Medina, Jakeem Mathematics, that he told me, when he told me why he wanted to execute it with the Son of Man, is that he wanted a real magazine. That costs money. I have to put together a more professional staff than what I got now. We've been pulling it off the way we're doing it, but we have to reduce the stress and we have to get certain numbers in order. Like once I have a certain amount of subscriptions, then I know, okay, so this is bringing in $1,000 a month, so it costs us $500 to print out these magazines. We have $500 to donate towards Children's Day or, you know, Show and Prove, whatever we decide to donate it to. But these things make it viable. Right now, all I'm getting is rumors. people come and telling me that other people are asking. Nobody's emailing the Son of Man Remastered at gmail.com. It is of the utmost importance that we participate and we don't wait for the next man thinking that they're going to do it and we can slack. Because that's how things fall apart. Everybody has to step up and put in their 2 cents. It's not about one man anymore. It never was about one man. But the brothers that knew Allah were lucky to have it. But even he made sure that they knew, it ain't about me, it's about you. And they had to go out and do the work. This is a very important month. This is the 12th month. December, they call it the month of deception. Divine Equality Cee, destroy the evil as you see it. This is a personal thing. This is knowledge of self. So when I say these things, I'm saying it as it applies to you. I'm not talking about how you apply it to others, because that's not what we do. We teach knowledge of self so that our vision is turned inward and we're looking at ourselves. That's what it means to be civilized, right? Because the word civil means internal, like the Civil War was an internal war. Civilized means that your eyes are within, looking at yourself, destroying the devil within you. Everybody has to be responsible for their own selves. Right now, we're at a point in our history that it's a great time. The rights that women have won throughout the last 50 years and the power they hold now is so incredible. We have such powerful sisters within the nation. It looks like not too many of them feel welcome. And it's a lot. Like, we're not taking advantage of our resources. It's straight up, it's simple. The ego's got to be let go of, and everybody got to humble themselves and do the right thing. That's all it's about. It doesn't matter if you got refinement and the other brother don't. That's y'all. As a nation, you humble yourself and know we represent Allah and we got to handle this business, and people on the outside ain't supposed to see no division among us.
That's right.
Once you start treating your brother like he's not your brother because there's this discrepancy in a word, a letter, a thought, or even a misunderstanding, let's say, then you've forsaken Allah. Because Allah is about the oneness. The oneness of Allah is the highest prayer a Muslim can recite. And the oneness of Allah is the greatest life that we can live as the 5%. And that means that we value the number one, which is knowledge, the black seed. The number one represents unity. The number one represents everything within the cipher, from knowledge to born, back to knowledge. Because it all starts from one and goes back to one. So everything else in between came from that one. But unless we choose to be one, we'll be 2 or 3 or 4, whatever else. You got to build through it. You got to keep on adding on until you become one again. It's natural to go through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of life. It's like my brother Alim tells me when I'm like, hey, yo, God, I'm getting tired of feeling these pains. And he goes, well, I'm grateful, because I know when I ain't feeling no pain, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So you got to enjoy life for what it is and take everything as a blessing. We all going to go through things. We can't let that bring us down. Every time you fall off your bike, you get back up and keep pedaling. Don't matter you scrape your knee. Don't matter you hit your elbow. Some of us needed mommy to kiss it before we got back on, and some of us got back on without flinching. We didn't even notice we got hurt or started bleeding. But does that matter? No, the important thing is you get back on the bike. It don't matter what you did to get there. The only way to be a winner is not to quit, to be consistent. Not get depressed when your woman leaves you, when you find yourself doing things that you're not proud of. It's about, oh shit, I'm fucking up. Let me fix myself up. Let me get myself together and start all over again. Every day, they say, is a new life. There's no need to carry the bullshit for yesterday into today. Because we're adding knowledge from yesterday to today, and that's why the degrees grow every day. Now you have that experience or that knowledge to add on today. So we know wisdom, knowledge, and knowledge gives you wisdom, and we here. Tomorrow, wisdom, understanding. We're going to have the knowledge from the wisdom day. And with that knowledge, we're supposed to be able to learn and grow how to be better. If you feel stagnant, your mathematics aren't being used correctly. And I'm not talking about the old brothers that could just be feeling stagnant and miss when they were young and were able to go and dunk the basketball and beat everybody up. Because that too, I mean, I'm only 50 and I'm feeling it. And I know a lot of brothers in their 60s and their 70s and they still here holding it down. So don't take that as something that's not supposed to happen. We slow down. You know what I'm saying? We can't do as much as we used to. That's why we got to keep on teaching and passing it on to the future generations. So I mentioned the Son of Man, the subscriptions that are very important for what we're trying to do in the future. I want to speak also, well, touch base on, everybody knows March is Earth Appreciation Month. And there's a couple other things that happen, like February, you know, they got the Father's things. And there's other things, but Earth Appreciation Month is kind of something that Dumas made like what do they call that shit? A cornerstone of our parliament. It's one of the most beautiful parliaments you'll be able to attend when it's done correctly. Honoring the earth, so the brothers cook, the brothers get gifts, and show out. United, because we all treat our women the best we could every day, or for lack of a better word, I hope you guys are. But on that day when we come together, it's when you see that 1 and 1 don't just equal 2. 1 and 1, when you add them up, it has more value than 2. Because unity is a value on its own. When 2 things come together, there's more power than those 2 things individually counted. What 2 things do individually is less than what 2 things do combined. Because when you work together, your strengths and weaknesses are balanced out a little differently than when you're working by yourself. So if I know my brother mastered the student enrollment, and I got the 1 to 14 and smashed. So when the questions come up about the student enrollment, I shut my mouth because I know he got that. And when they come up to the Rosh Finalist lesson number 1, he shuts up because he know I got that. But if I was by myself, maybe I have to say, I don't know, I got to research that about something in the student enrollment. But as people come together, more things are supposed to happen than us doing things individually. Not to take anything for our personal responsibilities. We are responsible for our own hygiene, for our own budgets, our own health, our own families. But when we come together, we're supposed to empower each other. Things are supposed to be amplified, like Shamgar used to write, 100 times forward. Because we're together. Because when we come together, you see the power of our love. You don't just see the power of Mahdi. You don't see the power of Allah Shah. You don't see the power of infinite. You see the power of our love, which is, you're talking about the supreme of all beings. From what I learned, what that man did in the time he did it, the information he got, it's like he had a download, as my brother Ezekiel Al-Rahim says. It's like he got a download from the atmosphere. There's no way in hell he learned everything he knew and realized everything he realized from the Muslim lessons. Something else was in his brain that when he looked at anything, including the lessons, they just made sense to him. In a way nobody else was making sense of it before him. So a lot of us, yeah, we want to say we are Allah. Yeah, you are Allah, but there ain't no other man that's teaching better than you or knows better than you. Because Allah is going to be the best known in any cipher. But when you're dealing in a house like this, where it's God with God, you're just a man like I'm a man. You got to humble yourself. And I got to humble myself. And show and prove our righteousness. Like that's all we can do. And let it be. The social equality deal with building. And that's what it's about. Right? Wisdom says, yes, sir. A lot of people like to go into something I used to hear all the time. Oh, yeah, they said yes, sir, but that really means asshole in African. Or something like that, or Arabic or some shit. But if you deal with any type of discipline, military background, even a work situation, when an employee tells you, yes, sir, it creates a certain expectation. It's like some brothers say, word is bond. When you say yes, sir to me, I expect whatever we discuss to be executed. 100% right and exact. It's a sign of respect and taking ownership over something. A lot of people are missing that. Really are. The temperatures are dropping. It's starting to snow. At a law school around the corner, we could not rely on you, King, and whatever other brothers are participating in maintaining that school to do everything. If you have a few extra bucks, you bring a bag of salt, bring a bag of salt. If you have an extra shovel, bring a shovel. If you're around when it snows and you ain't doing nothing, come shovel some snow. Take ownership. Act like you know. These are simple things. If there's elderly brothers or sisters that you know and love within this nation or within your physical family or within your colleagues, and go check on them. A little wellness check. You all right? You need me to come over? Oh, you sick? I'm going to make you some soup? Love each other. Take care of each other. Because these are the things that I saw all the brothers that raised me up, that were with Allah, that equality they had, we really fall short. Right now we want to bicker about one word or, who said what 20 years ago? Who said what 50 years ago? That is crazy. Our unity and supreme equality is supposed to be foremost. We go handle things behind closed doors and come out as one. There's no separation in Allah's house from what my brother God Supreme calls the peripheral brothers on the outskirts to the brothers that's dead in the center. No matter what level you at or where you choose to stand or where you choose to sit, from the front row to the back row, there's no separation. We all got a job to do. We all make our choices. So, with that, I'm going to say peace. I hope everybody really enjoys the rest of this year, and the next of the year, that the new year starts out pretty awesome for everybody. Peace.
If Mecca did this.